situated. If you have any questions, Hawk, shoot them my way.
I've been getting everything done. I was just...
You are okay. I believe the password for the campaign is pinned in planning. If not, it's in the side chat.
Got it.
I was like so scared for a second. Then I realized it's the advertisements for the Twitch. I was like, what are we going into? What is this music does?
That's so funny.
Yeah, I thought, are we already fighting?
Yeah, right now. Yeah, you guys are just launching right into a fight, obviously. Last thing you guys did was go to bed. You didn't think anyone would come and beat the shit out of you?
Yeah. Nah. I like how my room literally has my two color, like my Notter's like two colors, or like color palette essentially.
There we go with that.
It's like he was meant to have this room, guy.
Where do I put that code in again?
I believe when you join my campaign by just typing in Dust by searching by GM, it should prompt you for a password. Okay, Joy's also here. I'll need to do that. Whoa, it's Travis and Bard. Wow.
What the? What are these freaks doing here? Oh my god, my computer just booted up, guys! It's a Christmas miracle!
Oh my god, it exactly knows. It was like waiting for the perfect timing.
Christmas in June.
What is this,
Okay.
Australia?
What?
Australia, because yeah, the seasons are opposite for them.
And what if I am?
like-
What if I am in Australia right now? What would you do? Nothing.
Go there, wild shape into a poisonous spider, kill everything, and dust the
I
campaign.
would throw a poisonous spider at you before you even had the chance. Okay?
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
You're welcome.
Bro, those wolf spiders, I think they're called, they're so terrifying.
Wolf spiders live in the US.
Yeah, I had to
Do
deal with a
they?
wolf spider outside my own house.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're also bog spiders.
Yeah. They're frightening, and I hate them.
And they're poisonous.
Yeah. The only story I actually have about a wolf spider is when a wolf spider appeared in my backyard, and my dad called me and said, "Hey, I need you to come kill this." And I said, "No." You saw it
I
first.
think- I think
There's
North
no-
America has the most poisonous spiders, right?
America?
I think North America has some of the most poisonous spiders, right?
No. I actually think it is Australia. I think Australia has them. I could be wrong. That's based on
I always thought
on
Australia just had the
non-fact.
biggest, freakiest spiders. Australia does have a lot of scorpions, so that is a
There
problem.
we go. We've gotten Hawk's PNG tuber.
Oh, Hawk, you should look at my PNG tuber. I think you'd really like it. It's important. You're not my friend if you don't look at it.
Is it the anime one?
No.
Okay, then I
No.
don't.
It's the I love guns.
That's me.
Oh, I'm not on the stream. Sorry, I'll go look at it.
Oh my god, you're a loser. Wait, you
I
were
was
thinking
try-
my One Piece profile picture? What the hell? No.
That's so funny.
Alright, so I guess I just like appear.
You are? Oh no, I will. I have a little introduction for you that we will start with. But first things first. I have a few things I have to take care of before I ask for a recap. Which is, first of all, hi Hawk.
Hi.
Thank you for joining. I'm very happy to have you along. I have literally only been told good things about you. Um,
All bad, I hope.
the fact that I said good things
Yeah,
and you
all
said
good
all
things.
bad is quite interesting. So I'm very happy to play with you. The second thing for specifically you, Hawk, because you weren't here last time, I do music a little bit differently. If you go to, oh god, did I pin it in? I did. So if you go to the connecting the dots chat and go to pinned, you'll see a link for the music. I use something called Fantasy Plus, which plays the music for you. You can use that or Spotify. I don't care either way. But you can control the volume yourself in case it's too loud or too quiet. And yeah, this is where I use my music.
Perfect.
So have fun with that. The last thing is, I forgot to introduce a very important mechanic last session, and I am a fool for that. So, starting this session, all of you get 1 free bardic inspiration per day. It's a D8.
Heyo.
It doesn't do anything special except be a bardic inspiration. So once per long rest, you can choose to roll a D8 to assist in any roll that you make.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would I be able to use it as unsettling words in this case?
No, you'd have to use your own bardic for that.
Gotcha. It is alright.
You just have an
I have a
extra one
question.
lying around. Mm-hmm.
Why do we have this?
Because I said so.
What are we facing?
Okay, I
Yeah,
suppose
what is going
no, I thought
on,
it was
Doss?
some like freaky thing, you know? Thought there was something freaky afoot. Bardic inspiration.
There's something
Don't giggle like
suspicious,
that.
guys.
You're suspicious. I think Dust is the murderer, guys.
Definitely.
I'm
I
pretty
didn't think you
solved it.
figured
sure
out
he
this
is.
soon.
We solved it.
I think Dust
It's
murderer,
Pen Bear, guys.
Dude. I think Dust is the murderer in real life.
Oh, I mean, he did
They
say
can
he
tell
murdered
you're
like a
in
spider,
rubble.
so.
Real.
I did do that. Well,
I murdered 2 spider. 3 spider.
I've murdered many a spider. I will ask for a recap from any of you. I mean, I can ask one from Hawk, but I don't think you'll give a
I got
particularly
this.
good one.
Last
talk to it.
time.
But yeah, one of you guys give me a recap.
I want to.
Go for it.
Okay. So, we begin just entering. We all find little flyers hanging around or different little spots about this city, so secluded, so hidden, so gold and riches. I don't know what I'm saying, but like you know what I mean. So we
Mhm.
find flyers for this. We all enter the city. The guards are like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "We're here for the job." And they're like, "What job?" And it's like the murder that happened. We meet a couple folks who are bringing us around the city, telling us, "Oh, you know, we don't really like outsiders." And we're all immediately suspicious of this person. But I can't recall how to pronounce their name. Dust, can you help me out with that?
Kabofo?
Kabofo, yeah, Kabofo. Kabofo we're immediately suspicious of, I think, most of us. Ray's character, Nadero, says something like, "Oh, it'd be really funny if one of the higher-ups did it," and Kabofo is just like, you want to say that again? Very suspicious, right? We go into a back alleyway, we see some people with a memorial of the old, it's a director, but I forget, is it like a high director or like chief director? How is it said?
Grand Chief Director.
Grand Chief Director, okay. The Grand Chief Director has died. We are here to solve the mystery. And we end up going to a tavern, get into a bar fight, a little scuffle for sure. And after we beat these guys, they drop a note, and we investigate that note. And that's where we left off.
Absolutely. Take an inspiration. I'll give it to you because I think you're still loading in.
I am.
But yes, and before we pick up there, as you all go to sleep and wake up the next day, it is the middle of the night. And outside the gates, there are some new guards that have been stationed there. Time has passed, shifts have changed. And there is, in the woods nearby, a heavy metal clanking that begins to sort of ring around, and immediately the guards are on edge. They have their spears and their shields, they're nervous, they're looking around, waiting for something, when suddenly something begins to slowly walk out of the woods. A figure clad entirely in metal, a shield and a great sword on their back, a flail at their hip. Not a flail, a mace. Terribly sorry. And
What the
Hawk,
fuck?
your character, begins to walk towards the gate. Can you describe properly what they look like?
They have a little bit of a cowl on the top of their head. They're obviously, because of how they walk and the mechanical, you can hear the mechanics behind them, but you can't really see it because they're clad in plate armor, so their face is kind of covered. It's kind of hard to at first tell that they're warforged. They're a warforged. They look almost human. Their build is basically that of a regular human, legs, arms, stuff like that. And yeah, basically that's it.
Yep.
They do. Yep. They do also have a shield on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. But other than that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
You
basically
begin to walk forward towards the gate. The guards are nervous, and they look like they're about to say something, probably to ask you to leave or something of the sort, as the gates behind them open. Very slowly but very loudly, chains rattle against the sides of the stone, and the gate is raised. And at the gate, you see a woman. Relatively average height, beautiful hair, luxurious outfit. If you've been in any city before, Bagless, is that how you say it, Bagless?
Yep, bagless.
This is clearly some type of noble. And she will walk forward and say, "Are you here for the investigation? I heard you just outside. You're a bit of a late arrival, but I'm not necessarily looking a gift horse in the mouth."
Yes, I'm sorry for my late arrival. I was caught up doing something else.
Ah. Well, late or not late, it's not like we've gotten much progress done in less than a day. Your friends, or I suppose your compatriots, are waiting for you at a nearby tavern. Here, come with me. I will walk you there, answer any questions you might have on the way.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you. The guards will look sort of astounded that a conversation happened so quickly and confused. But you will walk inside. And this is sort of the point where you can, both in and out of character, ask me any questions about the first session that you weren't here for that you might be curious about. At any point, if you have any questions, I can answer.
Have we found any major evidence so far?
No.
Who was killed? All that stuff.
Well, you have that. So, in character, Bagless will ask that, and the woman will say, "By the by, I am the one who put out that notice. My name is Miriam II, and in regards to your question, we do know who was killed. His name, if my memory wouldn't kill me, his name was Lethlin Jamara. He was the old Grand Director. I have taken his position. He was killed just a few days ago. We found his body in the river on the other side of town, floating near the residential district. Likely been floating there for quite some time. We don't know who did it, but we have a few ideas. Many of the locals here are accusing the higher-ups, including myself, of committing the act. I specifically have had many eyes cast upon me because I have taken his position. I can assure you I didn't, but I don't expect that to dissuade you from investigating me yourself."
Not at all. That seems like a motive to me. And you would be probably the most logical to kill them, of course. So I hope you understand my position.
The kind of pause, like, oh, I didn't expect you to agree so easily. But they'll say, yes, you would be correct. But there are others. There is plenty of information to go around that I must share around you and your compatriots that we will be doing tomorrow morning. You will meet me with the rest of your friends at the... well, I don't know if you can call them friends yet, but at the Grand Capitol, just north, and she will point, and going upwards a flight of stairs, just to your left, spiraling up, you can see the city grows taller and taller with a massive building, several lights around it made out of white and gold marble in the distance. I think you don't need a map to know where the Grand Capitol is.
I don't think. I'm sure they could figure it out.
Mhm.
He will ask a personal question.
Yeah, go for it.
What is something that Leflin and Jamara like to do?
She'll think for a moment. Lefin and I worked very closely. We were always so enticed with the outside world. We are a secluded city after all. Always closed off from everybody else. History has not been kind to us, friend. But he and I, we always enjoyed the outside. We never left, but we would always watch from afar. We have towers around the walls of the city, especially near the gates. He always did like to go and rest up there. It was one of his favorite spots to look out over the vistas.
So you would say that he'd always wanted to explore?
I suppose so.
Thank you. No further questions.
You're a strange one. But admittedly not the strangest. We had a man raving about the fact that he could turn into a bear yesterday.
Ah, well, I hope I do get along with my companions.
I do too. Okay, well...
After I try them to make sure they're not the murderer, of course.
Oh! Well, unless they broke into our extremely fortified city and broke out, and then took a notice to come back in, I would cross them off the list.
That would be quite illogical.
Indeed it would. Well, I suppose this is where I break off. The tavern is just up ahead. I am not getting much rest, but 4 hours is better than 0. I will see you tomorrow morning.
Good night.
Good night. And up ahead there is the Gold Foam Tavern. And you can walk in.
I will walk in.
Mm-hmm. There isn't much to say there. There seems to be a man unconscious in the corner. Another man, he appears to be he's sort of ginger hair, green vest with a little white, shirt underneath, a little button up. He's cleaning some glasses, very clearly the bartender. He'll wave to you, say, "Oh, I've never met you before. You must be one of the investigators, yes?"
Yes, indeed. I am looking for my companions that are supposed to be joining me on this. He will say that while pulling out a mirror and making sure the unconscious man is still alive.
As you approach the unconscious man, he will chuckle, the bartender, and he'll say, "Oh, no, don't worry, he is fine. Just got some sense knocked into him is all. I made sure to keep him alive. No one's dying again on my watch. In regards to your
Fine.
compatriots, they're right upstairs, sleeping. I wouldn't wake them. You have a big day tomorrow, but you can find some place to rest upstairs for sure."
No, alrighty. I will just wait down here for them. He will say it as he sits in a chair, and then he will wait.
Very well. And so, all of you will sleep away through the night. You don't have any nasty dreams unless you want them, in which case, you do you, I guess. and you all will wake up well refreshed. The sun is just barely beginning to rise over the walls of the city, and the fire upstairs has stopped crackling. Do you guys do anything upstairs, or do you immediately go downstairs? I only ask so I can give the map.
I have a question.
Oh, please.
If you can see where my arrow is pointing on the Gold Foam Tavern F2.
Yes.
Why the hell is she here?
I actually
What the hell?
have no idea why she's there. She should not be there. Hold on.
I think this girl is the murderer. Why is she in a room?
For context,
Who's
Hawk, because
there?
you couldn't see the person they were talking about, Kabofo, their token was just in their room for some reason. I didn't put
Oh
it
my
there. I'm gonna be
God.
so for real. I did not do that.
Mama, a Kabofo behind you. Janera, a Kabofo behind you. You gotta watch out.
Oh my
Okay, anyway, I'm going
god.
Let me out.
Mhm.
You can open the door. You can click the door and open it.
You can open doors? That's crazy.
Did you not know that?
Next question.
Wow. That is an excellent question. Next question.
For the floor, by the way, I will like check the. I have like a chest in my room and
Yeah.
a probably drawer in the desk,
Yeah.
so I'll like check those.
Open up.
There,
What's in here?
there doesn't seem to be anything particularly useful, but you do find a book very reminiscent to, an illusion of a real life thing where every single hotel room will have a Bible in it in America. I don't know if that's the same everywhere else,
Yep.
but it does here. And you will find a Bible to some religion that, well, actually make a religion check. Let's see if you know what it is.
Okay, I've trained for this.
Oh, you have a +1.
Trained for
Religion.
5 minutes.
Oh yeah, watch this.
12.
You know that's decent.
That's not bad.
Okay.
You've definitely seen this somewhere before. It's a pretty common religion, though common in the sense that it's very basic. Something to do with poverty, giving to the poor, etc., etc. Though you can't think of the god's name at the moment.
Okay, I'm a cleric now. Got it.
Yeah.
Natter's taking a bath.
Yeah, he's doing his extensive skincare routine right now
Absolutely.
as he wakes up. But essentially, after he's done, he also walks downstairs.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Janara, do you do anything else up here?
Janara will make sure that she looks very representable, and she will take her time doing so before heading downstairs.
Absolutely. So
Oh my
what
god, we got 2
happens-
divas here.
I wanna
So-
look at this
Literally.
bag.
So Hawk, what happens from your character's perspective is you wait in there, you do your little sentry's rest thing, and eventually you see one person walking down the stairs, and about 30 minutes later, 3 other people walk down the stairs. 2 of them looking very luxurious, and one of them looking, I mean, just kind of normal. I look at
Yeah.
Bjorn.
Just
Yeah.
fucking awful. No.
You hate me? You
I
hate
will have you guys briefly join me on Goldfoam Floor 1 while I populate it.
Can I
That's
find
the
out
wrong
what's in
one.
this bag?
What was that?
Can I find out what's in this bag in F2? Floor 2?
I will say, I don't think that there's anything in there. I think that that is simply just a bag made for storage. Maybe somebody left it. Doesn't seem to be too much useful things. Maybe a bit of snacks. Maybe a dagger. Nothing
Ooh.
crazy.
I like snacks. I take the snacks.
Take the
I'm just a
snacks.
little peckish. You know?
Absolutely.
Oh, oops. Let's go
Go.
downstairs.
Bjorn, Natter, Ollie soft paws, and Pen's already down there. Cool. Oh no.
Bagless will have his arm out, like waving.
Oh goodness.
Probably-
Pen, did you get new protection after yesterday? He
No,
sort of
no.
look at her.
I have no reason for anything like that. No, our dear friend here, I believe he said his name. What was your name?
Bagless. It is Bagless.
Bagless. Wonderful to meet you. He appears to be another member of your investigation. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I need to actually be like this. Might be. Yes, no, he is another member of your investigation.
Oh.
It is nice to meet you all.
Oh, it's lovely
Likewise.
meeting you as well.
Does Bagless have a bag?
He does.
I-
My day is fucking ruined.
I
love my Holly.
He's like, my, it's immeasurable. My goodness.
There are also commoners in here. Let me put them in here as well.
Commoners.
Unlike us. It's a good rug. It's
Is
a
it
good
a
rug
rug?
up here.
Oh, thank you. I had that one imported.
Is that up?
Like most things, I assume, here.
Well, I import
Think
most
every-
things myself. Travel's fun. Oakerthill's very cold
How are
this
you
time
able
of
to
year.
leave?
Hmm?
How are you able to come and go?
I have my ways.
Nutter sort of like side eyes Fen for a second, but then he looks back.
Bagless will be writing that down. Easily trans-
Like able to sneak into areas. Bark.
One again.
Oh,
Very
I guess I
shifty.
am a suspect,
Just,
huh?
just sit back, dude.
Oh, this...
Everyone's a suspect until proven innocent.
You
Yeah.
see this tabaxi over here?
Ever thought about you being? Ever thought about you being the suspect? think
I
you're
am
the
not,
suspect.
but
Okay.
I promise you I am not a suspect.
But, and he will draw his sword.
If you are suspicious of me, I have no problem eliminating myself.
Oh,
That
Incident-
won't be necessary. I don't think.
Bagless will be like,
Thank
Okay,
you.
put
I
the
did.
sword
I
away.
do want to continue this investigation, and he will put the sword away.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Let's maybe we should take that away from you at some point. Okay, anyways, and she's just like looking at this tabaxi woman over here between like talking to Bagless, who has a bag. Talking to Bagless about this. Can I do a perception check on her? Or
Go for
I
it.
want to see like, did she like have any weapons underneath her?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you could even make that investigation if you wanted it to be.
Ooh, I will actually go with perception if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
please. Thank you, because investigation makes me cry.
17. That's not too bad. One thing you notice, she is, as she's talking to these three, looking back at you all, like, constantly. She's definitely very shifty, and she definitely has weapons underneath underneath her clothing.
Oh, fuck, I like her. Awesome. Good stuff. I will move back to the rest of the group, and we'll discuss. Okay. So, what's the next plan of business?
Oh, well, I was planning on introducing ourselves to our new companion, Bagless.
I do not know your
Oh.
names.
That
Oh.
is true. Oh,
Betty?
yes. And my name is Nader Alamani. Well, feel free to just call me Nader, though.
It is. Nice to meet you. I am Bagless.
Lovely to meet you as well.
Janara will give like a small little bow and say, "My name is Janara Ashen. It's nice to meet you."
Bagless will also bow and say,
My name is Bagless. Nice to meet you. That's me.
Saying it every time. It's so funny. Oh, looks like he's typing.
Oh, that guy could turn into a pear or a bear, not a bear.
Yeah.
That guy can turn into a bear.
Not this again.
Ah.
I'm Bjorn.
Nice to meet you, Born. I am Bagless.
Boy.
You were
Bjorn
the-
with like a. I mean, I'm also born, but that was like a long time ago.
Alrighty. Be Bjorn. Got it.
Oh, yeah, you'll get there.
Mhm.
And then this man to the right of you, Bagless, will wave and say, "And I am Haraba. I am assisting these four, well, and now you, these five, in making your way through the city. I was assigned by Miriam herself to walk you through, answer any questions, help when needed."
Do you love Miss Nero?
She pauses, or he pauses and kind of blushes slightly and says, that's, I mean, she is a wonderful director.
He
Hold
is a
on, let
wonderful-
me insight check this, even though this is so
Whoa.
obvious.
I want to as
Are you-
well. I'm so nosy.
While they're all peering into this guy's love life.
Use the inspiration. Oh.
I will,
Hold
you know what? I
on.
will use my inspiration. I will use my inspiration for this. If we don't have any combat coming up,
It's so
My
funny.
God!
Oh my
22.
god.
tell me everything.
18, 22,
every-
18. Hold on, he needs to roll deception. He's not very good at it. You got a 10. I mean,
I guess I'll roll insight too.
yeah, go for it.
What's this guy's wisdom score? I'm curious.
What's his wisdom score? 14.
Mm.
Actually doesn't have very strong mental stats.
There you are. 19.
Okay,
What?
wow. Oh, I thought you were talking about Haraba. No, Bagless only has a 10. Or an 11.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like blushing. It appears to be very complicated, I think is the easiest way to put it. Does he love her? That's I didn't expect this question. I'm like just as surprised as he is. Does he love her?
Oh, you're blushing.
Yeah, I think that he just kind of like scratches the back of his head and is like, I have been dedicated to Miriam II for a very long time. I am to help her and assist her where needed. I am around her constantly. She is quite kind to me. So I suppose in an authoritative kind of way, as a soldier would love their commander, yes, I do love her.
Bagless will get really
that
close
works.
to this guy.
Oh,
like-
okay.
So you're-
Okay.
So you're happy about their promotion?
Oh,
I tried pulling him back a little bit, but I think I'm not strong enough to.
Well, yes, he'll kind of like back up. Like, yes, I am. It is unfortunate how it was received, but she has been working a long while to get it, working under Lethlin.
And your name was again?
Well, I am Huraba Kudare. They'll like hesitate and hold out a hand to shake.
Alrighty. Arava Kadavra. Bagless will shake their hand. Prime suspect.
He blinks. He looks over to everyone behind you.
Hey, hey.
Other
I
sort of
feel like-
emotions like
Oh yeah.
you know when someone finger waves like someone being crazy, he sort of motions that
Yes,
next
Molly?
to his head.
Okay. Bagless. Okay.
Yes.
You know, if he's a suspect, maybe we keep that to ourselves. You know, because
I-
when the suspect knows that they're a suspect, they kind of run away. Not that you're. And she looks at Haraba and she's like, "I'm trying to help you, dude." But you know, You know, we don't announce it. We keep it secret, right? And that makes you a better detective. Okay, prime suspect, this, that. It's okay.
Your logic
Oh.
is sound. I will keep it
It is.
secret from now on.
Thank you. And she goes out for a little fist bump for this guy, Bagless.
We'll give them a very robotic fist bump.
And like Holly is actually pretty robotic too. It's like she's trying to be the non-neurodivergent one out of them. So
like-
it's still a very robotic fist bump from her too. It's the most awkward fist bump you've ever seen. Okay, hi, bye Haraba. And she's just like trying to keep this guy distracted a little bit.
Yeah, Araba's just kind of like moving very slowly around over to you three.
Ooh.
And is going to say under his breath, I'm going to keep an eye on that one, I think.
Sounds like a staring contest.
Maybe.
Nada sort of looks at them and is like, "Is it too early for a drink?"
Yes.
Pen will chuckle, overhearing, and will say, yes. Yes, it is far too early for anything other than water and maybe some apple juice.
I'll take the apple juice then.
That I can do.
I will
yeah.
also take an apple juice.
He'll kind of look at
Oh,
you.
goodness.
he'll kind of like look at you for a moment and raise an eyebrow. He's gonna make an investigation check really quick.
Can I have buttered toast,
Oh
2
my
eggs,
God.
fifties?
Who knows all?
He's gonna look you up and down, and I think he immediately clocks you as a warforged. And he says, well, I'm very willing to give you whatever you like, but are you going to make a mess of my tavern?
I
Can
just
you-
like to look at it.
Oh, okay. And he'll make some drinks and food and lay them all out. Over here, he'll look to you two. Did you all want anything? That's not his voice. Did you all want anything?
Yeah, some breakfast would be nice. That's, a long day ahead.
Very well. And he will make things for everybody.
Oh, here, Janara, you can sit next to the very nice person that we just. I'll head over here.
Thank you so much. And Janara
You're
will just
so
like
kind
sit
for
down
offering
still,
Yeah.
to eat.
very uncomfortable with the entire like setup of
Oh
tavern.
God, guys, we have. I think our party is made of people on the spectrum at this point.
Wild.
Cool.
This is so
Bagless
funny.
is Bagless is like cutting at his like cutting it up with his knife, but he's not actually like eating it. He's just like cutting it up.
So funny.
That's what you
Could
do.
could I try to overhear what these three are discussing while like eating?
Oh sure, make a perception check.
Alrighty.
And also a
Pretty-
stealth check.
Oh,
14? Okay. Much better stealth. Okay, they do not notice that you are trying to eavesdrop on them. And I think with a 14, the main things you pick up on is that you're only, sorry, my bad. What you mainly pick up on, they seem to be talking about the murder, obviously, as many people in town are. And these two, the tieflings, are saying, it's just not entirely fair, given the circumstances, that they aren't putting themselves out first. I mean, this was clearly one of them. Why would anyone do it except for that old woman just in town? And you'll hear the tabaxi say, I'm the one getting the brunt of all of this. I'm sick of it, honestly. Everyone at the night market is getting blamed for this like we did something. They have no proof of it. Even if we did do it, it's not like we would leave enough evidence of it. And one of the tieflings will say, you can't say that. Don't. If you didn't do it, then don't say that. That'll just make it worse. And they kind of like argue slightly, just kind of back and forth about that over and over again.
Right, he like sips the apple juice and like smiles slightly, like as he's overhearing, not really reacting about anything. And then he's like, "Oh, could you all join me for a second?" And then he's like, "I wanted to perform something, just, you know, for all of us, since this is the first time we meet." And he'll like motion to the piano over here.
Who are you saying this to? Are you
And
saying
he's
this
like,
to your party or the table behind you?
Yeah, party, and yeah, just the party,
Gotcha.
including Haramba. All right, and then he brings him over.
Rob will make his way
Like
over.
probably. Mm-hmm.
He'll sit in the chair.
Oh goodness, I have to roll for performance.
I think in this case you would. Are you actually playing the piano?
I think he's playing like a tune that he knows.
Go for it.
Please don't be horrible. Okay, it's
11.
Could I use my inspiration?
Oh, you're gonna D8. 12. So I think that this is mainly a result of your lack of proficiency in piano. You've heard it
Gotcha.
from time to time. You've played little things here and there. It isn't awful by any means, but it's just a simple little tune.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, nothing super performative, just a nice little tune in the background.
Mm-hmm. And then he'd sort of motion to Bjorn. "Oh, Bjorn, I do remember you receiving a letter yesterday. Would you so graciously share the content of it?"
Oh, I thought I already did, but yeah, sure. It was something of the people wanting us off their tail. So
I'm
like,
hoping like the noise of the piano just like masks this
Oh, sure, if that's your
conversation.
intention, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was trying
Here,
to say.
I'll have to like take a look at it, because it was signed by some initials.
Yeah, I believe it was let me recall. It was KM.
Mhm. Yep.
Might
Gerd
mark
will like
it.
hand you the letter, so you can take a look.
Yeah. He sort of like pushes it around for everyone, and then like another.
Oh.
I'm assuming Holly is also here.
Yeah, she's there. I just had to step away for a moment.
No worries. Essentially he'd say, "Well, I did hear those fellows, especially that tabaxi over there, speaking about something rather suspicious." And he'd mention what they'd said, essentially like reiterating it, and telling the party that they were like, "Oh, if we did something, we would cover it up," you know? So he's wondering, essentially, like, is this actually something of... If they did mention that quite, like, nonchalantly, then I think that this letter could be misleading as well, so it might have been placed there on purpose. But it's worth investigating as well, or just talking to the night market director.
For brief context, Hawk, as the letter is passed around, it says something along the lines of, we have to make efforts to get them off of our backs, with the signature KM. Attached to it. KM, yes. And as you say that, Natter, Haraba will clear his throat and say, "It wouldn't be a bad idea to investigate them, but we do have to go to the capital, like, now, relatively soon. The directors are waiting for us."
Oh, right. I suppose if you all have had your breakfast and your fill of food, I'm terrible at the piano, so hopefully next time I can play the harp or the lyre. Um, Either way, should we make our way then, Haraba? Or
I'll
anyone
grab like
else?
a waffle for the go. I've never got
Oh, okay.
waffles.
Rabba will look around to all of you to make sure you're all ready.
I am quite ready.
Looks over to you too.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Janara will just give like a small.
Gotcha. Bjorn will walk over, grab some extra waffles.
See you later, Ben.
Oh, see you soon.
Have a
Make
good
sure
day.
to come back. Oh, you do as well. Man, this is the first calm place I've ever been in. And one by one, or all together, I mean, you will get ready and leave. You'll leave the tavern and begin to make your way into the city proper. Hawk, here is the city itself. Gotta open this up. You all are at the Gold Foam Tavern at the moment. I still don't have a proper token, so I will use the most recent character today. I'll need to get a token for next week. I'll use Bagless. Or I could even use
Yeah.
Haraba. We'll use Bagless. As you all exit the tavern and begin to make your way northeast through the city. Few shops around, people are starting to wake up. To describe it again for you, Hawk, the city streets are full. People are walking to and fro. You pretty quickly put together that every single house that you see is not just a house, but a business that people live in. And there is a large staircase with people coming to and fro, books in hand, goods, some wheelbarrows carrying various bits, the jingling of gold in people's pockets. And when you enter up here into this upper district, it changes immediately. Everything seems more pristine. The floors are made out of very polished stone, a roadway. Fewer buildings here, but all of them of much higher quality. You can hear in the distance northward some clanking of a bit of what's it called? A bit of armor. Armor against sword here and there. People talking. It's a bit quieter now, a bit more hushed, a bit more elegant. You see houses that just look like houses over here. And then there's another staircase. Up into another area, a small garden, a few buildings to your left and to your right, but more importantly, the Grand Capitol right in front of you. Stand at the stairs. Is there anything any of you do before you go inside? Very well. You
We're
all
chilling.
will head inside.
I
Hurrah.
do have
Mhm.
one question out of a thing. And
Absolutely.
it was like the last thing I didn't get to set up was, do we have a starting like amount of gold on us or no?
You can have a little bit. Give as much as you want. Maybe anywhere from, you guys are level 9, so anywhere from like 0 to 50 gold, I'd say.
I'll say 35.
But I pickpocket Bagless's like gold.
And
I'm joking. I'll get my hand cut off.
I probably will.
Thief spotted. Yeah.
I'm so
One of the main draws of this posting, Bagless, was that you would get not only a hefty like sum of gold as a reward, but also you'd get access to the city, which has one of the best economies in the Adradan. Which would be very, very good financially. And so, I will move you all to the council chamber.
Bagless just needs to buy a pair of brass knuckles.
Haraba will guide you through the Grand Capital. I didn't make this map if that wasn't obvious. Haraba will guide you through the Grand Capital, hallways, doors, paintings, everything. And eventually you will come across a large set of double doors. And before you open them, Haraba will say, all right, this is the counselor's room, the director's room. I ask that you be as respectful as possible. You haven't necessarily gone against that yet. I have no reason to enforce this, but some of them require a bit of order. They're not as lenient as Miriam. He'll look around for confirmation before he will turn and begin to open the door. Is this map working? I know that there was trouble with them being dark last time.
Yes.
I see it.
Wonderful. You all will push open the doors, and I need to change the music to something a bit more reverent. So let me do so. Maybe we want this one? No, that's too reverent.
Oh.
There we go. That's a bit better.
Oh, wow. That's I don't recognize that person in character, but I do recognize their demon prints. So cool.
Yeah, you all will push in and you will see a room with a table at the center, 8 chairs, only 4 of them filled. On the other side of the room, you see a large painting hung up of an elderly man. One that 4 of you recognize. But beneath it, you can see sort of scrawled in golden letters, Lethlin Jamara. I believe it was Jamara. May he rest in peace. Very clearly the man that was murdered. You will walk in. Kabofo, this person over here, slightly on the older side, tired, green, sort of cloak, gray hair, writing something down on a clipboard. They look at you all. They look slightly annoyed. And they say, "You're late. A little late, at least. It took you long enough to get here." Oh, goodness. Where should they? And Miriam will hold up a hand and say, "They're perfectly fine. They can stand wherever they like. You can take a seat if you'd like, though there aren't enough for all of you. I do apologize for that. Though I suppose there would be less if people did their jobs correctly."
Bagless will stand.
Mm-hmm. You all can move throughout the room wherever you'd like. You don't need to stand in a perfect line at the entrance. Haraba will walk around here and stand beside Miriam on this side.
You weren't thinking of the awkward seat.
Mm-hmm. Backets will just stand, which is really funny. When you stand right here, this tiefling next to you, a tiefling that you haven't seen before. None of you have seen a tiefling like this, I would wager to guess. Their skin is darkened with these trimmings of gold and various bits of them that sort of jut out and they shimmer slightly. Their hair is long and white and it goes down their back. They're wearing very elegant clothing as well. They look to you, Bagless, and they say, "Oh, look at you. Quite the fine thing. How much do you cost? Must have taken a lot to make that."
As warforges go, I am actually quite cheap.
What?
Sorry, that really tickled me. He will chuckle, and he will say, "I might have to see about looking into that later." Miriam will clear her throat and say, "That would be Ichla Daru. They are the director of our finances." And before she can finish, Ichla will cut her off. and say, "And the richest man here in Yagrabad. It's wonderful to meet you all face to face. The quiet one next to me is Lynn Yalfask. Lynn will speak up. I am the Director of Public Health and Safety. You can imagine how much of an embarrassment all of this is, but it is good that it's getting resolved, even if by outside sources." Lynn will sort of lean forward, fold both of his hands, put them up to his chin and lean forward, putting his elbows on the table. Ichilo will lean back. Kabofo will continue writing, ignoring all of you. Miriam will look around nervously. Well, now that we're all so lovely and acquainted with one another, it's time we get down to business. Before I get anywhere, did any of you get any traction last night? I don't expect much, but, you know, miracles happen from time to time. She'll look
It
around.
is a small argument bursted out, though it's nothing to worry about, really.
Hmm.
Anyway, we sort of
Yeah, it was
expected
a bar
this
fight.
thing. Oh, as I was saying, we sort of expected this, and no one was harmed. We made sure of that. You did mention that there will be some aggression towards us, at least from the folk that, you know, aren't really well aware of what's happening exactly.
Indeed. I heard a little bit about that from Haraba in the night. It is good to know that you taught them a lesson, stopped them from doing foolish things like that. Good. Good. Anything else from any of you?
Janara will just sit like insanely straight. A lot more comfortable like in this setting than the tavern though. And just look around the room, just trying to read faces, just trying to get an understanding of all of the people on this council.
Yeah. Make an insight check for me.
Oh heck yeah.
20. That's good.
Off.
I think getting a read on... You kind of already have a read on Kabofo and Miriam. You know them. Kabofo's irritated. Miriam is tired and stressed. Ichila seems like the most stereotypical noble you have ever met in your life. Very high and mighty, very proud of his money, very... Almost, I would almost say entitled. Lynn seems almost frustrated, but more or less they are just irritated that this is happening. You think that they are genuine when they say they're embarrassed that any of this is even happening in the first place. However, with a 20, what I will give you is a bit of the obvious, but to point it out. There were only 4 chairs in this room that were filled, and you were told 6 names. There are 2 people missing from here.
Okay. I may actually have Janara ask a question about that because
Go for it.
I'm losing. So Janara will turn to Miriam and go like, "So, excuse me, but I thought there were 6 people that were directors? I'm currently only seeing 4. Is there a reason for that?"
Kabofo will sort of look up, kind of irritated by that question, but more or less just done. Lynn will begin to sort of tap the table in front of him, and Ichila will lean back in their chair and just kind of like look away absent-mindedly, just kind of trying to avoid the question altogether. Miriam will look around, see that no one is willing to answer. She will sigh and say, "Yes, you would be correct. We are missing two. We are missing Collage and Mahaber. They are supposed to be here. We know not where they've gone. Well, we know not where Collage is gone, but we do know where Mahaber is." Haraba will clear his throat and say, "Indeed, there was... Mahaber is the director of our militia. It isn't used very often, but she is the one who leads it, and I am one of her soldiers. She has holed herself up within her little keep. She seems rather taken aback by the murder. As many of us are, she's just not taking it as well, I would say. And Ichola will say, "Now that's an understatement, I would say. Breaking into people's homes. That's what she's been doing recently. Ordering all of her soldiers to go one by one, forcing entry upon innocent people just to see if they have any kind of evidence. Sounds like something a guilty person would do." Lynn will nod. Miriam will scowl.
Holly raises an eyebrow.
Quite logical.
I like this
Jannar
one.
will
It
just
is.
like
Go ahead, Jannar.
no, Jannar will just like stop talking, just kind of being like, "I made the room a bit uncomfortable. I'm going to stop."
Ooh, I got a lighthearted question.
Hmm?
How do people get things in and out of here? Just the night market?
Miriam will nod. But before she can say anything, Ichila will say, "Indeed, all of our economy that flows outside the city is done through the night market. Something that I might have control over soon if Marivek doesn't stand up for herself. But as of now, I merely oversee minor aspects of it, to and fro, boats and ships coming back and forth. Simple as that."
Let's stop and really. So you have control over the ships, right? And nobody could just leave on the boat and never be seen again from here, right?
I'm not in control of that. Unfortunately, Collage is. She regulates the security down there, most of the economy down there. She goes through me when it gets into the city itself, but that night market is like her home. Nobody leaves or goes there without her knowing about it.
Okay. Interesting.
I did want to ask, this is sort of going back to what you mentioned about Mahaba. What is their relationship to Lethlin exactly?
Um. Sorry, to who? Haraba? Who are you saying?
No, Mahaber to Lethlin.
Oh, Mahaber, yes.
Mahaber.
Miriam will kind of scratch her head and say, "I'm not entirely aware. I had a very profound relationship with Lethlin, but I was unaware of his personal life. I did not dig into it too much. It wasn't my business. I suppose you'd have to ask her soldiers." Haraba will nod and say, "I know very little. To my knowledge, it was mainly just casual talk. Lethlin was the chief director, so any conversations did have to go through him. Though, I don't know, I never really saw them talking too much. Only behind closed doors would I hear them, and I didn't stick around for too long. If anyone was caught doing that, we'd get in trouble."
Do you think her franticness in this situation stems from her pride as not being able to protect him, or is it something of their talks? is she the type of person to, you know, believe that their pride is ruined if they cannot protect the people that they are, defending as the militia director? And then he sort of, like, talks to her, like, targets it towards Haraba, essentially.
You target it towards Haraba, but you will hear behind you both Ichila will say, "Sounds desperate to me. Feels more like a cover-up." Lynn will nod. Kabofo will write something down. Miriam will pinch the bridge of her nose. Haraba will say, I don't know. She was always, she never really liked to show emotion to many of us. She had friends, but I wasn't one of the higher-ups. She did have a nickname people called her by, but I don't know if I ever heard Leflin call her that. I would say it's entirely possible that she's lost her pride and she's acting out of turn, overcompensating, but rather unfortunately, I think Ichila could also be correct. This could be a cover-up.
It isn't.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure. Who do you want to make it on?
Okay. I would like to make it on. Well, here, let me pose what I want to see. This is what Holly's thinking. Let me just show you the thought process. Holly is really thinking, why are these people all so quick to blame each other right now? Obviously, people think someone of the higher-ups. I think she's thinking, it's really suspicious how quickly these people are like, sounds like something a guilty person would do, right? I just want to do like an insight check. How well do these people actually trust each other?
Oh, absolutely.
I will roll.
It's a 16. Did you want to use your bardic here?
I will use my bardic.
Go for it. That's
nice bardic.
That's a 24. I think looking around the room, the air is just sick with distrust. You think Miriam is really trying to get something out of this and is frustrated by the amount that people are, leaping at each other. You think Kabofo's angry at everybody because she's Kabofo.
Yeah.
You think Lynn is being particularly quiet, but is agreeing with everything. Like whenever somebody makes an accusation, he is just agreeing with it. And Ichila just seems like he's just bouncing. Like any time anyone's like, "Oh, what about that person?" He'd be like, "Yep, I bet it was them."
Ichila just seems like a professional antagonist,
Yeah, like you think that Ichila just really like, "All right, let's get to the bottom of it. They did it. Cool, we're done." I think you can very easily clock, like, nobody in this room trusts each other. You think that if one of them was blamed, it's likely that the other three, or at least two of them, would start blaming that person.
I will say...
I'm going to pose a question then.
Oh?
Holly puts her hands on the table, and she's like, okay. I need to ask a very honest question of y'all. You obviously care for this man, and she points to the portrait, right? But I think you care about your jobs and positions a lot more than you care about a dead man now. And that's okay. Seemed like a great guy. But if we're going to be so quick to accuse people, instead of go through proper procedure, instead of just saying, this woman who is ordering people to go into homes, bad thing, I understand that. But let's see his chambers, Let's look for evidence. Let's not point fingers.
I'll mirror what Holly said as well. Franticness is not really a sign of, or an admission of guilt either. Really, I'm just more so taken aback about her reaction compared to all of you. You you're able to sit here and continue your jobs. Yet she seemed rather hurt by it. I imagine there's more to tell than what she tells her soldiers. I do agree with Holly that we should really look into information such as when Lethlin passed, how he passed, and where he passed. And then he sort of like looks at the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. Can
Like
Holly...
he as
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
mhm. Since you initiated Holly, can you give me an intimidation with advantage from Natter's edition?
Intimidate? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are a
Let me put my
small
advantage.
you are a relatively small force in terms of political power who has just stepped up and told a bunch of politicians to get their shit together.
Yeah, okay. I did that. I
But
next thing I want to do is look at this portrait. No, it's okay. I'll take it. It's a 9.
I could give a bardic.
You want to give a bardic to me?
Yes.
Go for it. Add a
Is
D8.
it out loud just? Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Especially
Let
since
me grab
Natter
my D8.
explicitly helped with it.
Okay.
13.
That is 13.
Better than a 9.
Yeah.
You'll see Kabofo will look just more frustrated. Lynn will look calmer. Ichila will look a little embarrassed. And Miriam will smile a very calm and very happy smile and will mouth thank you to you, Holly.
Oh yeah. She gives a little thumbs up. Now Holly's like immediately on to the next thing, right?
Yeah.
I want to investigate this portrait. This big fuck off portrait of this guy, right?
Go for it.
Because it's always in the painting. There's some sort of detail there.
Okay, roll investigation.
There's always something hidden. Yeah. Yeah. Where's my investigation? Awesome.
Bagless
I have
will-
no.
Bagos will take note of them, like
Awesome.
eyeing up
10.
the painting
Before-
and come over.
Gotcha.
Before like Holly sort of goes there, could I cast Bless on us? Like a number of
Bless?
us? Yes.
No, don't get. You don't have to do all.
Bless. I want to make sure I understand bless. Hold on. That's for attack rolls
I-
and saving throws.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness. Okay, I thought it was rolls in
Guys-
general.
Combat. Let's start
Under
combat.
attack.
Yeah.
Under attack.
Yeah, guys, we're
So
fighting.
funny.
No,
That's
ignore
so
me.
funny.
Ignore me, guys. I misread.
You're okay. I
It's
think you're
always
thinking
been-
of guidance.
Yeah, oh, guidance. Yes. I messed them up, essentially.
You
You're
can
okay. Don't worry.
You can give guidance if you want. Someone else is gonna say something? I heard someone. Apparently not.
I will. I didn't say guidance. No. But,
All good. No, what are you gonna do
It's
though,
okay.
Hog?
Bagos will also investigate it, I guess.
Okay, I'll count that as the help
Sure.
action. So, Holly,
Huh?
roll again with and then add a d4.
Add a D4? Hell yeah.
You have a very high roll to get something from this.
Awesome.
Awesome, it's the same thing. 14.
Awesome. 14.
14. Certainly not high enough to get anything crazy substantial from this. But I think just looking at the painting, there doesn't seem to be any information about the murder or about Lethlin in it, other than this is the second painting of him you've seen hung up here. You think that if anybody in this room, like, truly hated him, or, like, at the very least, right? People like this guy. Like, people really, really liked this guy. And I think that there's almost a bit tacked on to your initial insight. I guess, no, I think that was Janara's insight, right? I think there's like a little bit tacked on to that from earlier of, you think the other reason everybody in this room doesn't trust each other, or I guess that would be Janara and Holly. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot. Is because they know that they are suspects. And if they don't attack somebody, then they're going to be attacked themselves.
Oh yeah, that was Holly's whole main point.
Yeah.
Like,
And
we get it. It's okay. Let's make you all innocent, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you have a very good investigation, Magless. I didn't notice that. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything super substantial with the painting other than the fact that it's a painting of the guy that died. There's no crazy
True.
background
It doesn't
details
look
that
like
really
it's
stick
messed with.
out. Hmm?
It doesn't look like it's been messed with.
Doesn't... No, doesn't seem so.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
If I
Let's expect that.
may,
Hmm?
this is just a very general question about like I'm kind of new to this town. Why do we have like do you have the system of directors that's like very overlapping between like you have commerce and the night market and foreign relations, and then you have like the health and safety and the militia, but you have like no research or infrastructure. Why are these the director roles you're all like picked or like got chosen for? Is there a reason for that?
Before anyone else can say anything, Kabofo will actually speak up and will say, because this is the way that it's always been. Her tone immediately seems vindictive and bitter. And she says, we've never wanted kings or queens or anything of that matter, so we decided to split the work up evenly among people that can speak for the other people. It's really an amazing system, you know, splitting up all these different jobs and opportunities for every individual person so that not one person has all the power or the burden of said power over all of it. It really is amazing how useful, she'll say, like looking at the rest of the table, very angry, everybody's job is. That's why I'm the
Like
foreign
crosses her arms,
relations
looks
director.
over at Kabofo.
Kabofo will look at you. She'll
Knock it
say,
off. Don't look at people like that.
You looked at me.
Look.
You looked at me.
Okay. I looked at you. Okay? Look. We're here to solve some stuff for you guys. You gotta be cooperative with each other or else you all look like suspects, and I don't think that's gonna be very good for your public image going on forward. Okay? I'm a fool for wanting to make sure that you guys keep your public appearance fine. That you're not looking irrational in front of your people. That you, foreign relations, aren't gonna look, I don't know, irrational to the other people in foreign relations. I don't know anything about this politics stuff, but I do know when you're disrespectful to people, nothing goes right. So knock it off.
Make another intimidation check.
I'm not good at this. She just doesn't like when people are disrespectful.
17 is a bit better. You'll see
Yeah, I don't know if it's enough.
her temper will start to rise and her cheeks will flush as she's embarrassed. And she points a finger and is about to say something before Lynn will put both of his hands on the table and say, Kabofo, enough. Okay, look, the good news about that is that she's been bitter long before this murder. This isn't something new. And Holly, was that your name, Holly?
Yes. Apologies for raising my tone. It was impolite. It was unprofessional.
It was very bold, maybe a little brash, but you are correct. I'll sit back down. Miriam will clear her throat. Well, either way, it sounds like you have a few things at your disposal to look into. There is Maber. You can go talk to her somehow. She might give away something. You do have my permission as the Grand Director to investigate all of us at the table, whether it be through interrogations or you wish to look through our things. Ichila will begin to speak up. Kabofa will begin to speak up. Lynn will begin to speak up. Haraba will, who's kind of just like has his sword out as he's sort of in guarding mode at the moment, will sort of stab it into the ground slightly, making a loud noise, and just look at all of them. They'll stop.
Right, so before we do any of that, I wanted to know, again, when was Lethlin deceased, and how exactly was he killed?
As of today, it's been 3 days. And it is believed that he was stabbed once in the chest, bludgeoned in the head, and then likely before any of those could properly kill him, he drowned in the river. No strength to swim to the surface.
So, wait, are you saying that he was drowned and then stabbed while he was deceased?
No, I'm saying he was stabbed, bludgeoned, thrown in the river, and with no strength, he was quite old.
Ah, good.
He drowned before his initial wounds could take him.
Let me see. And Holly mentioned this as well. Do you know if we have access to his chambers?
I will allow you such, if you would like.
That will be
Do we kn-
helpful.
Did you find the bludgeoning or the stabbed weapon?
Unfortunately, no.
What the wound look like?
Did you say what the wound looked like?
Yeah. I mean, what the stab wound look like? Like a sword, or did it pierce all the way through?
I am not one of medical anatomical prowess. I will, however, grant you access to his corpse if it would assist you.
Righty.
No problem.
He was found where exactly?
At the western end of our river on the southern side of the city.
And of the river. And that is where it flows out, correct?
Indeed.
Alrighty. And it was. Do we know the time of death?
No, we do not, but if I had to guess, it was sometime at night.
I do not know about the rest of you, but I would like to take a look at the body.
That is sound. That is probably what I was going to suggest next as well, unless someone else has any information for us. And then he looks at the directors, or any questions from our companions.
Kabofo, Lin, and Ichila will stay silent, embarrassed, frustrated, a myriad of emotions, none of them wanting to talk. Miriam will say, yes, 2 last things. I would recommend you search out Collage. While she is a member of the night market and many of them are under investigation because of their shady nature, Collage is a wonderful specialist in these types of things. I don't know why they decided to leave so abruptly afterwards. If you can find them and talk to them, they might be able to help. Elsewise, there is one other person in town who has offered her assistance, but we have turned her down. As she begins to talk, Lin will open his mouth and say, they should not go and talk to her. She is a mad woman. She knows nothing of any of this. Miriam will hold a hand and nod. Either way, There is a woman on the western side of town, northwestern, just at the end of the creek. None of us know her name. She's never given it. She lives a little ways through the trees. She is an odd one. I would be wary around her, but she has offered to help, so go to her if you seek some assistance, I suppose.
Could we know her occupation, if possible?
Ichila will chuckle and sneer. Kabofo will even crack a small smirk. Miriam will sigh. Lynn will say, "She doesn't have one. Not an official one, at the very least. She lives in the residential district, where all of those with no jobs live. She says she sells things to people, but she never asks for money. She asks for other things, things that people aren't willing to give. Metaphysical things. A bunch of hogwash, if you ask me."
Good to know. Alright, does anyone else have any question? Look at the party.
Well, if that's the last, could Lynn give us like a list of people who can like go in and out of town, and if there's like any magical ways, you know, for the research?
Lynn will... did you say magical ways? Like, sorry, what do you mean? Like magical ways it could have been done, or...?
Yeah, like portals. You can open a portal.
Oh, I see. Lynn will shake his head and say, "This is a rare occasion, Kabofo. You need to do your job." Kabofo will sneer. They will look to you, Bjorn, and say, "No one aside from the directors is allowed in and out of the city. There is no magical means to enter or leave. Well, I suppose you could teleport in, but we do have some specialists from the university to make sure that if that happens, we are aware of it. There have not been any such things occurring in recent times."
Okay, appreciate it.
Indeed. Do any, this is me asking you out of character, do any of you have any more questions for them?
Nope.
Not really.
Very well. In that case, Miriam will push back her chair and stand up and say, "You all wish to see the body? That we can do." And she will actually walk over here. Behind this painting. You'll see her bend down behind the painting. Something will click as she fiddles. It will begin to move, a mechanism shifting and opening up, and there will be a small coffin that rests where the painting once was. I'm going to delete the token. I don't think, yeah.
I was right. Paintings are suspicious.
Is it like something we need to open?
Miriam will say, "No, I can do that. I just needed a moment." Just click another button. It will unfold, and you'll never guess what token I'm gonna use.
Painting.
I can't believe it.
Gracious.
Let me. There it is.
Wow.
Damn.
So-
It's so uncanny, the resemblance.
I guess.
Okay, well, guess I
Baglith will
wanna...
inspect the head and chest.
Yeah,
Go
I want
for
to
it.
make a nature check.
Janara is staying back. I had to.
Absolutely. Anyone that wants to can make me a nature or medicine check.
Medicine.
I want to do an Arcana one as well.
Oh, you do Arcana, yeah. You can do Arcana for yours. You remember, I believe, all of you except for Holly and Natter have your Bardic Inspiration still. If you wanted to use it.
I got
15.
a 15.
Nice. Yee.
Oh wow.
You are staying pretty far away, Janara. you don't want anything to do with this. Bjorn, as you kind of look over, it's hard to say. Like, this is a man who died by very extraordinary means. It's hard to say what he could have possibly died from, but all of you do see the wounds as described. Some bludgeons to the head, a few stabs to the chest, and none of you really, I gotta find who did it. Holly, you can definitely recognize the signs of asphyxiation. This man clearly drowned. And I think looking at his chest where the stab wounds are, you can tell that it was a dagger of some kind.
Okay, so it didn't clearly penetrate entirely through the body.
Yes. Bagless.
Like, from back to front.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is, does the bludgeoning on his head, does it appear to be like more in the front or in the back?
Ooh, that's a really good question. In the front.
Alright.
It seems to be mostly in the front, but there does appear to be one in the back with your 18.
One. Would I be able to tell which one was done first?
You got an 18. I don't think an 18 will do it. That's a really
Use your inspiration.
Yeah. Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah, use your bardic.
Okay, that's where do I go for that?
Just so at the bottom,
D8.
grab the 8 and just throw it in the side chat.
Please, 8.
Wow, 26.
Got this.
That is higher than a 25, which is what I wanted. The one from the back was the first.
It seems.
Yeah,
In the back first. This man was snuck up on.
that makes sense.
Interesting. Natter, you rolled an Arcana check.
Yeah.
I'm very happy you did that. With a 15, you don't sense any magical wounds or anything like that. There's no scorch marks, no frost, no force, nothing like that. But you do notice something. This corpse does not smell, and although it has only been 3 days, there appear to be no signs at all of any kind of decay or post-mortem like after effects. You get the
Gentle repo.
yes, you get the immediate suspicion that gentle repose was cast on this man.
Who? He sort of looks at Miriam. Who is the person to discover the body?
Oh, it's kind of like tap her chin. I don't know. I believe it was brought to somebody else first, and then it traveled. The word just traveled from there. I don't know who found it first, actually.
That's very concerning.
Yeah, I will say that the body is rather preserved. It looks like the doing of a spell. I'm not sure if you, any of you, he sort of motions at the directors, had any hand in this, or was this done beforehand?
They all kind of raise an eyebrow, as well as Miriam, and says, magic has been cast on him. What?
Yes, usually if a body had been dead for 3 days and, in water, decay would rather be rather obvious. However, and he sort of like goes closely to like point out like usual points of where um decay would start, essentially, like
Mhm.
towards the eyes, the softer like areas of the body, essentially. If you see here, they're rather intact, and there's no deformities that you usually see on a corpse, at least of 3 days. As he like crouches down.
Miriam will look confused and will say, I don't know why that happened. I don't know anyone that could cast this kind of magic.
Interesting. Is the outfit the same one that he was killed in, or did they change it?
It does not seem like they changed it.
Okay. Could I the investigation that I did was, could I just like check the outfit, like the dagger wound, essentially like the blood splat if it's still there, and like can I tell how long he's been like drowned from
Yeah.
that? And how long he's been stabbed?
I think so. A bit hard to answer that. A lot of the blood has been washed away because he was pushed into a river,
Gotcha.
likely, or he fell into the river. And he stayed there most likely overnight. So a lot of that blood has left his body, entirely. But you can still see the dagger wound. It does appear the dagger wound was not the first wound that was made.
What was the first one? The bludgeoning one, or
Yes,
do you
the
mean
bludgeoning.
another one?
The bludgeoning
okay.
on the back of the head was the first wound. I think, like, with your combined efforts, the order of events was likely snuck up, bludgeoned on the back of the head, a fight broke out, smacks across the body, bludgeoning more to the front of the head, stabs, and then in the river.
Bagless will check the pocket.
Okay. Let's see. What would he have in there? Oh, okay. When you reach into his pockets, you find 2 gold coins.
Okay. He was not murdered for money.
Bjorn.
Good observation. Actually, like, genuinely.
Bjorn, can you make me a religion check?
Religion check. I can. I hope. There it is. That is where. There we go.
20. Very good. As he pulls out those coins, something just kind of clicks in your memory. You've traveled very, very far. That money was put in there as a religious thing. You remember that book you grabbed earlier today from the from your room? The church of that book, that religion, when people will die, priests will put coins like this in their pockets so that they are not impoverished in the afterlife.
Okay. It seems like those coins might not have been his. Really. It's like a religious thing. I had this religious book in my Saffron room, and it's like a custom to like put the coins with the corpse to like not make them be buffers in the afterlife. It's a religious thing. Yeah.
Interesting. And Bagus will put the coins back.
I don't know if he was part of that religion. Looks at the room.
Miriam will scratch her head for a moment and say, "We haven't practiced that religion in a very long time, let alone have we had a priest here since. No one really practices that religion to my knowledge. Not anymore."
Weird.
Could
Indeed.
I?
So either someone else found the body first, or a priest had something to do with his murder.
Indeed.
Do you know where someone could source these coins?
Oh, anywhere.
And then he sort of.
It's just gold
Oh,
coins.
Oh, okay. So nothing special. Gold coin. It's more of the religious value. Got it. He sort of like mutters to himself.
Can Gennaro do a religion check on that specific topic of the religion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yes.
There we go. 23. You are you are a very religious person yourself. You have looked into other religions in the past. Where you grow up, history is important. It's good to study. I will give you more than just what you asked. You can recognize what this religion actually is.
Oh, fuck yes!
This is the Church of Parvise. Or Parvisa, I believe it is. It might be pronounced. The deity of poverty. It is very often that you will find beggars in taverns or social places that will ask for money that are followers of Parvise. And looking at what was your actual question that you asked about it?
Just in general to see to figure out more about that specific part of the religion, about the coin, and if there's anything related to it.
Yeah. It is typically just an act that a priest will do. They will give them, in some sects of the religion, they will give them coins in their pockets. Not too dissimilar from, I forget what real life culture it is, but they will place coins on the eyes of the dead to give to the river person at the river Styx to row them across. This is similar to that. They will put coins in their pockets to give them a starting point in the afterlife.
Okay.
So it sounds to me whoever killed this guy really did like him.
I'm thinking it was a
Or at least not
something
hated.
ancient.
Well,
Yeah.
It was definitely done by a group.
Huh?
Of course. Because who could bludgeon someone in the back and then move quickly enough in the front and switch to a dagger and stab him? This was two people.
I don't know, I could.
Though I will say that a scuffle could have occurred because a hit on the back just doesn't knock someone unconscious. Could I tell that, Dust? Like, if it's one person or multiple? Or do I need to make another check?
Make a medicine.
Oh, okay. I can't cast guidance on myself, can I?
I think you can.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you couldn't.
Can I investigate
Ooh.
and get the same thing?
Sure.
You guys have. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have.
20!
20. Oh my god, that
Aw.
worked. I think as Natter says, I don't know, there could be a scuffle. With a nat 20, I think you kind of just close your eyes and really put together the rest of this, right? The logistics of where the wounds are, what order they showed up in. You actually do believe this was one person. They started with a hit to the back of the head. It didn't fully get him. A scuffle broke out. You don't think that the other person went to the other side of Lethlin. You think Lethlin turned around.
I see.
And they started to fight one another.
Perhaps I was wrong. One person.
And the stab was probably just huh.
That's
I'm
correct
really
weapon.
not sure.
Could I? Is it from the investigation earlier on the dagger wound? Is it any special dagger, or is it just a regular dagger?
It seems to be a regular dagger. You don't see any special indentations or poison or anything like that. It just appears to be a good old standard stab wound.
Can I check his skin to try and like correlate through like how pruny his skin is, how long he was in the water for?
Oh, sure. That's really neat. Nature.
Nature.
Oh, wait, can I ask something?
Sure. Let me clarify this
After
really
this.
quick.
After this.
You think overnight, at least like anywhere from 4 to 8 hours.
Was like Gentle Repose casted after he was found, or?
I think with both your guys' investigation, you can put together it was cast afterwards.
Okay. Like after he was found by the first person, right?
Yes.
Or after he was killed.
Well, it had to be cast after he was killed. That's just how Gentle
Okay.
Repose works.
Like,
Gotcha.
how I was thinking with that was like, if we could correlate like how long he was in the lake, or the river,
Yeah.
we could correlate where he was thrown into the river. But for like a day, like I can't do anything with that.
Uh-huh.
Now, my question is more like, did the person who find him cast it, or was it the person that killed him?
I can actually try to figure that out with my question.
What's your question?
Okay.
Okay. I want to know, do the gold coins have any tarnish on them? And my other question is, are the gold coins here, or in just an Hunter in general, made out of like pure gold, or is it like an alloy? This is a weird question, trust me, but it will make sense.
I don't actually know the answer to that second question. I would wager to say an alloy, because if there was that much pure gold in the world, we have some problems.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so if it's an alloy and not 24 karat gold, gold will tarnish in water, right?
Yeah,
Especially if left there prolonged and kind of sitting in the pocket.
sure.
So if it is the gold coins were placed in the pocket before he was dumped into the water, or like, if the gold coins were placed there, I have a feeling that Gentle Repose was also cast on him before then. I think that this person who put the gold coins in his pocket, aka his killer, would actually really like this guy and not want his body to be tarnished, and also not want him to go into the afterlife poor. I think that this killer probably got in a confrontation with him.
You find, I mean, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because that's very interesting. The gold is not tarnished, which means it was put in his pockets after he was taken out of the river.
Okay, awesome. Okay. I think Gentle Repose was cast after that. Especially with Hawk said, the pruning on his fingers, right? I wasn't here for all of it.
Oh, yeah.
And Nodder sort of looks at Miriam. Did he have any arguments or anything that came up before he died, if you recall?
She'll kind of look past you to all the other directors for a moment and say, this was a tenuous time. There are many orders that are wanting to be put out by many of the different directors that Lethlin vetoed because he deemed them unacceptable. He and I believed that we were coming close to an age of stepping outside of our boundaries and leaving the city or opening our borders or something like that, and they didn't agree, so they wanted to put in policies to close us off further. There were quite a couple arguments between most of the directors with Lethlin that I saw, at the very least.
And then, do you know, could we have the documents that were vetoed?
We never really made proper documents out of them. It was mostly just discussion. They never got far enough to be written down.
I see. Alright. I really don't have anything further to investigate on him. My condolences once again. Miriam, I know it's probably not easy seeing his corpse again. And then he sort of walked backwards.
Yeah. I don't know how you will all feel about this, but I feel like I must also offer the opportunity. There is an option to, well, at what I can, and there's probably others who can do it, to reincarnate Leflin. But that's something that you should think about probably.
Huh?
Miriam.
Does he have to speak with undead?
No,
Question
no,
mark?
reincarnate as in bring
Yeah,
back to life.
reincarnate, resurrection. Miriam will shake her head and say, "Well, that option would be wonderful. We don't have the materials for such a thing. There are no diamonds within the city. Not that I'm aware of, at least."
Yeah, fair. I mean, it's more about the option because if you really want something, it's possible. And reincarnation uses rare oils, by the way. I don't think Revivify or something would work.
I suppose then, if you can gather the resources, maybe after the investigation, given a spell was cast on him to make such a thing possible, maybe we could. That is something to look into. Maybe
You
we
should
could
think
try.
about it. It's a difficult choice.
She'll nod. I will. Thank you for the option, nonetheless. Are you all done for now?
I did want something else, if that is possible, but it's unrelated to Lethlin's corpse. Could I possibly get you all to write your names on a piece of paper? And he sort of motions to all the directors.
Kabofa will sigh. Lynn will nod. Ichlo will shrug. Why not? And you can go around and get a signature from each of them.
Sort of like does that.
While they're getting the signatures, Bagels will put his hands together, do a quick prayer, and then walk away from the body.
Okay. Can you roll me a religion check?
Yeah, these are actually just. Well, I'm not good or bad at these. So. Oh wow.
Ooh, 3. Okay, roll a d4.
D4.
And then you're going to add 1 to it. A 5. That's not bad. If you check your notes, I'm giving you concordance. If for those of you that don't know what that is, it is the favor with the gods. The more good you do for the gods, the more the gods will want to help you. And any character at any time can attempt to ask for favor from the gods. And they will roll a d100, and depending on what they roll, they will get something good or bad. Higher is better, lower is worse. And you add your concordance to the roll. You now have 5.
Nice.
She will press a button, the coffin will close, and will sink into the ground.
He was just a council member, right?
He was the old head director.
Oh.
All of you you gather those signatures, pocket them, have a copy of all their signatures. Miriam will also give you one. And Haraba will say, well, I suppose we can get going now. We have a few places we can look at now. If you are interested in investigating the religious aspect of this, I believe we have a church somewhere in town. The directors will look over confused. So one of them will ask, we do? And Haraba will say, Yes, I've been there a couple times, if I remember. I can take you there. Elsewise, it would be wise to look for Mahaber and Collage, if we can. Get their signatures, given that might be helpful for later.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Very well. There is also
Whichever is closest. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, they're all pretty far away. There's also that woman, if you wish to speak with her. I will follow you there, though. She does give me the creeps.
I've dealt with my fair share of creepy women, so it is quite alright.
He looks at you like that's a wild thing to say. But he just kind of
He's referring to Hildegard.
Let's kind of shrug it off
Oh.
and begin to walk out. Miriam will thank you. The rest of the directors will continue on with their work. And all of you can leave the Grand Capital.
Oh, before I do anything, could I give Ikalu, or like, how do you say their name?
Ichala.
Ichala. Okay, could I give them, like a small bangle that like is kind of ornate. It doesn't really have anything special. I just thought that they like gold, so.
Oh. Can you make a persuasion check with advantage?
Yes. You reminded me of someone that I know, quite fond of them, Ezrin. So here you go. This is a sort of gift for you. And then you said persuasion, right? With advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled nat 20 on accident. Oops. Not nat 20. I rolled that 20. Do I re-roll it as the?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
With a bonus.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Apologies.
That's all right. You have reliable, so it's actually 17. And he will take it and he'll go, ooh, all right. He will immediately put it in his hair. Well, thank you. It's wonderful to see we have some people with taste coming in.
Oh, I do adore the outfit that you're wearing. Perhaps we could share some tailors sooner or later.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Come to me after all this is done. I would love to.
So I leave.
Bagless will wave goodbye and leave.
And by the way, I did that because I have locate object.
Oh,
so
I
I want to
see.
keep tabs. Yeah.
Wonderful. You'll say goodbye. Bagless wave. Miriam will wave. No one else will wave. Hariba will walk you guys outside the capital. And he will say, well, we have ourselves a few options then. Would you like to go to the church, the woman, or I suppose we can start looking for the other two directors?
I believe looking into the church might be a good idea.
It could be, though. I wonder why you'd suggest that. And he sort of smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to the church might actually give us a better idea of who might worship this deity.
I suggest maybe finding. I would think maybe finding the two other directors might be of import first. We might have 2 more dead people on our hands.
What about you two? And he sort of mentions to Bjorn and Holly.
I'd find those other directors.
I might actually have to do a ritual sometime soon. And commune with nature. That's a bit of my thing. Which is definitely something I want to try sooner than later before we walk into danger around here. Referring to a certain crazy lady. but that
So no
might help us.
crazy lady. But
I mean, I can do it while you're all walking around. I mean, you cannot really help during my ritual,
Yeah.
probably. You don't really know Druidic and stuff. But yeah, I can just get like a nature place outside and I will do my thing while you all research, investigate.
Are you suggesting that we break off, or do you
Oh
want
no,
to
I will
go
like,
to the church?
I will
Or
stay close, just, don't mind me while doing my things.
Bjorn,
I
I'm
think we could
asking, do you want to go to the church, or do you want to go find the other
Question out of
two?
character. Travis, do you need to go somewhere?
No, I just need like, I think there's
I don't
like a
think Bjorn
park.
understood. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll like have to orient the city. I don't know the city, okay? That's a bit. I need a bit of a nature place for my things, but
I'm assuming that there will be a lot of them. Either way,
I'll just
I'm
follow
asking
you
you.
and find a spot. I'll just follow you. Don't count on me. I will just follow and break off somewhere.
All right.
I guess I am just deciding factor question mark.
It looks like two of
Uh.
you wanted to go to the church and two of you wanted to investigate the directors.
Yeah. Can we just roll a die?
Well,
It's church.
Bjorn, you wanted to
And
do
then-
a ritual, you said?
Yeah. I think there's a park nearby the night market, so that would work out best probably.
Got you. What ritual are you attempting to do?
Commune with nature.
Commune with nature. What is that one?
It's a 5th level divination spell. It
Oh, yes.
gives, or there's possible location of settlements, location of portals, location of challenge rating 10 plus creatures. I can choose 3 of these.
Holy
And
shit.
then there's like the most prevalent kind of plant, mineral, or beast, which I don't really care about, and locations of bodies of water, which I will like be standing next to, but maybe there's underground. But it's cool stuff.
Okay. I think Haribo will say, will kind of look at you, Bjorn, and look to the rest of you and say, whatever Bjorn is doing, it might give us some valuable information and help us decide. Why don't we follow him for now, take some time at the park to look around, and then we can go from there.
That
Sounds good.
Wonderful. And so you will walk to the park. You all will walk down the pathway. On your right side, there are more buildings. You can hear the river flowing in the distance. It's growing louder. It's a nice little river. But to your left, you start to see nature. Less buildings, more trees, large hedges, a massive tree that stands just a little taller than the walls to the noble district. There is a... There are plenty of benches here and there. Plenty of places for you to sit, do your ritual, look around, and you can do whatever. Oh, yes, yeah, we are Theater of the Mind at the moment. I do not have a map for you.
Magnus will look around for a shop.
For a shop?
Yeah, just like maybe like one at the edge of town, like near the park.
Sure. If you'd like, right? This is in a slightly, normally there's that thing of like a party should never split up. But you guys are in a city. Nothing is going to like come out of the woodwork and just kill you. So if you want to split up to do different things, look into different things, you absolutely can.
I don't think Magnus will go and do any investigation without like a group, so he'll
Sure.
just like go shopping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I also
I go
think
with
Nodder
Agnes.
would. Yeah, I think Nodder would stick with Bjorn for the ritual. And
Absolutely.
cast. I don't know if it is a role that you do for it, but he'll sort of cast guidance and essentially pray to Sonoculus in this case.
Absolutely. And okay, we'll do the ritual first. So move to something. We'll go back to our lovely lighthearted piano. Oh, it broke. There it is. You briefly become, I'm gonna read the spell really quick. You briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, the spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. In caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction, such as in dungeons and towns. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. Okay. So, I don't believe there is a roll here. I think you just do it. So describe to me how Bjorn actually casts the spell.
Okay, so I think for this to like work, he needs to like become one with nature. So he will like find this quiet corner in the park where like nobody is, and he will like start preparing for the ritual, and he will like gather some rocks and mesh some leaves and other nature things to like a brown paste, and he will like carve these druidic signs on these rocks and like place them in like a circle. And as he's doing this, like the nature and his magic combine a little, and you'll see like probably like golden fire, golden bulbs around in the air, and it starts to get like a little magic around. And when he's like completed a full circle of like these druidic signatures on rocks, he will like meditate in the middle.
Gotcha. Okay. Absolutely. Natter, you watch as Bjorn over the course of it actually only takes a minute to cast, but measures a lot of prep over the course of
10 minutes. It's a ritual.
Oh, it's a ritual. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You will take 10 minutes to cast this as a ritual then. You will set up your things, carvings, little things of leaves. You will pile together flowers under the shadow of a tree. Every now and again, if you're paying attention, Bjorn, but definitely Natter, you see people will walk by and give really weird looks of like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Could I cast minor illusion to just like hide him while he's doing his ritual, so I'm not embarrassed, essentially?
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
The equivalent of saying that's not my kid.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He's like painting with mud, so I don't know about y'all, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. And then you will eventually, Bjorn, you will reach the end of your ritual. You will sit down, pat yourself, maybe cover yourself actually in leaves. That would make more sense. And the leaves begin to flutter about any carvings that you make. The eyes will begin to glow slightly, and you'll begin to just hear like the little whistling of wind through leaves, knocking together of wind chimes. And you will cast the spell. What 3 questions do you have for me?
Well, I would let's start with the one I really want to know. Location of one challenge rating 10+ creature, DM's choice. That is a celestial, an elemental, a fae, a fiend, or an undead.
Okay. Interesting. Elemental, fae, fiend, or undead. Let me see what these guys are classified as, because I think that they would still technically count as a monster. They are humanoid. Okay, so they wouldn't. Okay. There aren't anything under that under like those 4 things that are within this area, but I will give you something. You don't know of the location of anything, but a small little tune begins to play in your ear, in your head. You hear it. It's very simple. Sounds like a little music box. Just a simple little musical tune.
Okay. By the way, that also guarantees there is no hag, because there's no Fae.
There is absolutely a hag. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
There is
Or it's like,
5
or it's under 10 CR, but I doubt there's ever there's a few, but I don't think you would do it in
There
this
is
campaign.
5 billion% a hag. I fully forgot about the hag. Yeah, no, there's a hag. Yeah, there's a hag.
Oh my god, please be Morgantha.
I get their
so good.
location, so.
I will go ahead and circle it on the Yagrabad map for you.
Forgets about the hag. What?
Oh man, that's so silly stupid. I forgot they were Fae. I'll make it pink. There you go, right over there. There's a hag.
I will find that circle later. Yeah.
If you look at the legend at the top, it's number 13.
Well, now I found it at the top, but now I gotta like find it on the map.
You can find it whenever, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
I will. In that case, you get both of those. You get the hag. There's 100% a hag. Definitely higher than challenge rating 10.
And there's a music tune. Woo.
And then there's a little, there's a little musical box tune that plays.
How fun. Well, then we go to the next, because, well, there's more. Locations of portals to other planes of existence. You gotta rule them out.
Portals to other planes of existence. Are there any portals here? Yes! The Gold Foam Tavern.
Damn it.
Vampire.
Yeah, figured.
Noting, of course, but they're already somewhat new. And then the last one. If I go for locations of settlements and it goes under, do I get like the entire form of the settlement, or does it just give this down?
If you are looking to see if there is any, because you specifically mentioned underground. If you're looking to see if there's anything underground, you will understand whether there is or isn't, but you're not gonna get like a layout of it.
Yeah. Then I will definitely go for that.
There is. There is a very large sewer system underneath the city.
Sewers. Fun. Okay, well, that's my ritual. I'll keep it there.
Absolutely.
Of course, I'll commune it with Nader, but...
Absolutely.
Yeah, I take off the minor illusion, and then I tell him, the portals are nothing to worry about. It's likely our friend there. Though I trust you won't tell people, and they might assume the worst. Don't want his business to, shut down or anything. I do believe that he didn't commit anything. He sort of tells to Bjorn.
Yeah, bit shady, but I won't believe you.
Well, at least I'm like 99% sure that it wouldn't be Pen Bear, but
A portal?
it's rather complicated. I'll say this.
Okay. I'll drop the subject. For now.
It's fine.
And there was definitely that hack.
Yeah, I figured when they said woman of no occupation except really hogwash things. I assumed the worst, but you know. Uh, yeah,
We'll have to deal with it when we get to it.
yeah. And then what else did you figure out?
Let's move on.
Okay.
It's was a good park.
All right. I
will
think that's
move-
done.
Yeah. I will move over to the other three. You all are looking for a shop following Bagless, I imagine. You can also look for something for your own. Bagless, what are you looking to buy?
Bagless is probably looking for a weapon shop.
A weapon shop. I'll have all of you, Bagless, Holly, and Janara roll me investigation.
Roll investigation.
Oh God.
Guys, watch
Oh,
this. It's gonna be a nat 20.
I'm going to use
Nice.
That was so
A
close.
nat 20 right there.
19. Bagless and Holly are people who, no matter how many towns they've been in, are both equally awkward in their own ways and could not be bothered to ask a living human being about where they need to go next. Janara, on the other hand, it takes a couple people. Ask where a place like that might be. You get two people. You get two options. One person will tell you that you can try and buy some from the militia district. It's near the entrance. So you could go there. Very, very close to where you guys entered. Or there is also talk of a smith on the residential district that nobody really talks to. They call him, I believe I'm looking at this, Shawnee.
Okay. Janara will
Bagless.
look at the two of them and be like, do you guys have a preference?
No preference.
No preference either.
Alright. Then the smith it probably is.
Right? Sounds good.
All right. You all will make your way to the residential district. It's about 2-3 p.m. now. You will see, as you cross the bridge over the little creek, the energy immediately shifts. No longer are there houses left and right. No longer is this a bustling street. You see a few houses here and there, some tents. To your right, you see a building, a few buildings. They seem to be rather fortified, but nobody appears to be living in them. But directly in front of you, you see a very run-down, ramshackle shop with a sign on the front that says Shawnee's Smithery. And you can hear the telltale banging of steel against an anvil.
I guess I will go inside.
Yeah. You will walk on in. You will immediately hear it continue, but you'll hear from inside. All right, now, I don't know what you're here for, but I don't have any more. Turn around. See you three, if all three of you go inside, but at the very least, you'll see Bagless. Oh, you're not who I was expecting. What brings you here?
I am here to procure a weapon.
Oh, what kind of weapon?
Well, I would first like to know your specialty, and I also have one request.
Hmm?
Do you happen to have brass knuckles on you?
Brass knuckles, I have not made anything like that. I could, though, if you'd like.
I would appreciate it. How much would that cost?
Cost, I don't normally get to answer that question. Weapons don't sell very much here in town. That's why I live over here, not over there. I suppose 25 gold?
Sounds good to me. He will put down 25 gold.
Just like that. You're quite
Just
interesting.
like
Nader
that?
would be triggered.
He'll take the 25 gold. He will immediately move over to a drawer, pull out a mold. And he'll just start to get to work. And before he does any of the extremely noisy stuff, he'll say, "You know, it's very nice to have some company. All I get are curious kids from down the street or that old woman coming in to talk to me. She's quite fun, you know, but definitely not the type to buy anything from me. But the company's nice."
The old woman from the creek.
Indeed, just up north from here.
Ah. You know her name?
Oh, no, none of us do. Never wants to say. Anytime you ask, she'll say she's already said it.
I see. As he's working, Bagless will like circle around the shop, looking at his inventory, or looking at if he has anything on like shelves or anything, or displays.
A few swords, shields, some scimitars specifically, a dagger or two. Nothing special. He doesn't seem to have anything terribly magical in here. There is some armor, one set of plate in the corner. But nothing crazy.
Interesting. Oh, that's what the
You
plate
don't-
would probably be for you.
Where? So you say you don't get a whole lot of visitors,
Nope, not very often.
or not much work at all. Why is that? You're a weapon shop.
Well, most of the weapons are made over there by the militia, and they have certain regulations in place. I do not. No one wants to buy my things. They think I'm dangerous. An old man who wants nothing more to bring the city into turmoil. I mean, all that's a lie, and mostly just harsh jokes, if we're being honest. But
See,
no. Nobody appreciates my work. Very few people do, at least. So, I don't get many customers.
haven't had any work recently.
A little bit here and there. Some people want to come
Maybe.
by, especially after the murder. People want to defend themselves, and they don't trust the military, so they're coming to me. That's why I was working when you got here. Normally, I take the day off.
Makes sense. A murder puts people on edge.
Indeed.
Have you made before the murder, you didn't really have any work though?
Kind of scratch his head. Not that I can remember.
Not that you can remember? Don't keep a logs or anything?
No, I do, but he'll kind of stop what he's doing, back up, and he'll begin to look through a paper, just like small little book, slip of paper, going through, listing some names off, or to himself. He's not saying anything aloud, and he'll say, "Looks like I did sell something. A couple of things right before, a sword and a shield, various odds and ends, but I don't recognize a lot of the names. That's
see.
surprising.
Can I see the list of names?
Roll perception. Persuasion. Sorry, not perception.
Persuasion. I will have to fault to something else if he doesn't give it to me with this persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Please give it to me. He's not gonna give it to me.
14. Actually, I will give you this. Roll with advantage because you are actively giving him business. He likes you.
Okay. Alrighty, nice.
Also, have you used your bardic yet?
I have, yes.
Okay. Well, that's not particularly good.
Oh, great. I'm gonna have to do it.
With a 12, he'll kind of scratch his chin and say, I am not particularly a fan of giving away the anonymity of my customers. Many people are on edge here, especially with you new folk in town, though you seem perfectly fine to me.
Bagless will get closer to the counter. Kind of like, I believe I should introduce myself. My name is Bagless. I've been sent here to investigate said murder. And then he will, like, in a kind of quick motion, slam his hand down, kind of making a dent because his hand's metal, onto the counter and say, I would appreciate it if you handed me those papers, in an attempt to intimidate him.
Yeah, roll intimidation.
Alright.
I was very lucky. That was almost a 4.
Thank God.
With an 18, he'll kind of stop. He'll flinch after you hit the table. I see. Well, don't need to go getting the directors down here to tell me what to do. I don't want to talk to them much anyways. Alright, fine. And he will hand you the paper.
Thank you. And I am sorry about your table. He'll put a gold on the counter.
Fine. Oh, well, thank you. Never mind. I'll forgive it. Who cares?
Very nice, kind soul you are.
Alrighty. What is the? He'll look at the paper. What are the names?
They appear to be there's about like 40 transactions in the past like a week or so. Most of them confined to the past couple days.
Bagless knows that the murder happened 3 days ago, so he'll only be looking at the stuff from 3 days ago.
Absolutely. Before 3 days, there were maybe like, I'm gonna say that there were like 3 different transactions. There appears to be one. Sorry, I need to get some names really quick. There appears to be one by a it says, I'll just type this out in the chat for you. KLJZ for the first name, and then MRVK. Is one of them. Another name on the list is it just says Kippen. And it oh, I should also say, with the first one, it appears to be a few daggers, a short sword, some leather armor, very simple stuff, but a lot of it. The second one, it just appears like they wanted a single dagger. And then I think, who would the last one be? There we go. The last one is, it just says Mama Bear.
Mama Bear.
He will look at that last one and say, Mama Bear.
Oh, that was why I didn't want you to see that. A nickname for a friend.
I see. Are they?
Like the. And Kali cuts herself off.
Oh no. He was about. Balagus would probably stop as soon as someone would be talking.
He'll look to Holly.
Oh, well, there's just a. There's a director that's name is similar, right?
Oh, you're a sly one. Yes, you would be correct, but don't call her that.
Oh, no. I won't.
She'd be rather upset with me.
So what did Mama Bear buy?
It appears to be a set of plate armor, various bits of chain, and a lot of bludgeoning weapons.
Oh no!
Very a few, mainly stuff like quarterstaffs, but there are like a few maces in here as well.
And you're saying you're the less. And no offense, of course, to this questioning, but you're the less reputable place to get weapons. So if people were going to get any from you, it's a rare occasion.
Indeed. It is not very common that people will come by here. They prefer the military, though. Mama Bear will stop by every now and again to say hi. She'll give me various odds and ends here and there. Pretty big order, that one. Don't know why.
Quite weird. Why would someone buy enough things for, it looks like an army from... And it's just you working here?
I'll pause for a moment. Yep, I believe so.
Alrighty. And militia has a lot more people, I'm assuming.
Indeed.
Alrighty, thank you. I appreciate your help. Do you have a time frame of when the brass knuckles will be done?
Come by tomorrow morning. I'll have them ready by then.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Balgus will like sit at the corner of the room until everyone's ready to leave.
Janara's just kind of waiting on everyone. This is like not her place.
Do you do anything else, Holly? Holly's dead.
I don't. I'm sorry, I'm thinking, but
Okay.
I don't have anything else to say to this guy. I think I got a good amount of information.
Gotcha. It'll hit about 4 p.m. The original ritual that Bjorn did is now well done. You all have bought your things. Is there anywhere that you meet up?
Oh, wait, Dust.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here, can I make a perception check of the park?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Ooh. Do we go with anything out of the ordinary? Let me go for someone who doesn't look like they go to the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll perception.
Uh.
17.
There we go.
17. I'll roll a very quick stealth check from this person.
Whoa.
Oh, would I roll it from them? Yeah, I would. Okay. That's a saving throw, but that's alright. Yeah, he still failed either way. You see that Tabaxi from the tavern, the one that you had fought yesterday, the one that got turned into a cat and was thrown outside,
Good shit.
is standing beneath a tree watching you and has been for a while now.
I will like nudge Nader and go like, can you like intimidate him with some words?
Oh, that is actually perfectly reasonable. I'll sort of cast command on him.
Okay, what do you command him to do?
Give me a second. Let me look at the.
I believe it's a wisdom save, right?
Yes. Approach.
Okay. That is a success, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Is it? Let's see. I can actually check.
Say,
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, your
Alright,
DC is
first-
15.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it only 15?
Okay.
Should be.
No, that's fair. I have like 17 and I have like a +2 on it, so.
That feels wrong to me. Your
Yeah.
spell save DC.
It's like 8 plus proficiency
Oh,
plus
in that
modifier.
In that case, it is correct. You would need a charisma of 20 to have a 17.
Could I silvery barbs that?
Oh, I mean, you could do your unsettling words if you wanted.
Oh yeah. Would that just like
Roll a
okay.
d8.
What's
You need a 3 or higher.
girly? Okay.
Definitely higher than a 3.
It is. Yeah. Out.
He will sort of straighten up and just immediately start walking towards you. And once he like gets close enough to you, the charm will fall, and he'll immediately like stumble slightly, and he'll look very, very angry and reach out to just almost like grab you. Natter, what do you do?
Give me a second. I sort of just like stand there and I like look at him and I'm like, do you really want to try that after yesterday?
Make an intimidation.
Okay. I'll be like, this guy can turn you into a cat yet again. Not to mention, I also can turn you into something much worse and less dignified than a cat. Okay. And then I'll roll. You said intimidation, right?
Yep.
There.
He will stop reaching out. He'll back up a few steps. He'll fold his arms. And then he will open his mouth and speak for the first time. And he will say, "What do you want?"
Well, out with it. Why were you watching us? I do know that I'm beautiful, but not enough to, let a stalker, just stand by.
You are investigating. Yes?
That is correct.
I am merely keeping tabs, making sure you do not go after the wrong person for the wrong reason.
And who is this person that you're alluding to?
They will turn their head and face to the left and look out to the dimly lit night market. I say dim because it's daytime, so none of the lights are on. There's no one really going out and about. And say, "Many of the city looks down on the night market for its shady habits, its involvement with the outside. We understand that we'd be the first to suspect. We are hiding. I am making sure you are not watching us."
Right. Then I do want to ask, and then he'll sort of motion Bjorn to hand him the paper from earlier.
Or like take those few steps forward and like show it.
About this, what exactly does how do you say their name again? Their director?
Collage.
Yeah, Collage. What does collage exactly mean? Keep them off our backs.
The figure will sneer and roll his eyes and say, "I just told you. Everyone is always assuming it's us because of our efficient habits.
Then
I
give
am
us
here.
proof that it's not you.
Give me proof that it is."
I am not really suspecting you. I've suspected the directors as a whole, and we've still not, proceeded with our investigations. Yet, you seemed quite hostile yesterday, and I overheard people speaking today, and they mentioned, that if they did, they'd not leave a trail behind. And I believe that person is... I believe that person is also from the night market. tabaxi, short, robed. Probably carries weapons. In the tavern this morning. She was quite fond of the same habit that you are, inhabiting. Watching people, listening to them talk. Again, we've not pointed any fingers yet. So if you have any leads or if you have anything to aid us, then tell us. And if not, we'd appreciate if you let us conduct our research in our own time.
He'll sneer and he'll say, I am not to tell you anything without the expressed permission of Collage. So, if you wish to know what is happening, then either tonight or tomorrow night, come to the night market. If you can find her, she can explain herself, and maybe you can tell everyone that it wasn't us. Believe it or not, you all have quite a lot of authority here at the moment, and we would love the attention to be diverted elsewhere.
I do understand where you're coming from, and again, we do not wish to cause any harm than what was already done to Lethlin. So any accusation we make will not be made on baseless rumors. So I give you my word when it comes to that. Aside from that, we were deciding what we wanted to do, and I suppose we can meet Collage tonight.
Very well. Come to the night market after dark. You'll have to make your way through, but she will be waiting.
Alright. Will you be there with her?
Perhaps. Maybe I will be in the tavern. Maybe I will be in the market. I will let her know of your approach.
Alright, that works out then. Bjorn, do you think you have any other plans before we go and meet Collage and the rest of our party?
Oh. I think that's all. Yeah. Should be good.
Alright.
Very well.
Well, yeah. It was lovely meeting you. Please do not make this a habit. It is very creepy. And I suppose we'll head off now.
Yeah. He'll just kind of tisk and walk away. You all will head off. The rest of you three, Holly, Janara, Bagless. Do you guys meet up with the rest of the party?
I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say we do.
Awesome.
I reckon we do.
Y'all can meet up wherever you'd like. I imagine at the tavern, given that's your main hub point. And Natter and Bjorn, do you all convey this to everybody?
Yeah, we essentially tell them about the ritual that Bjorn did, what he found out, the hag, and then we also tell them about the encounter with the guy.
We
from
hide the
yesterday.
portal part, I think. I would have mentioned it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mentioned it either, because I told Bjorn about it.
You damn already knew. What do you mean?
Yeah. Told you, he was a friend.
Haraba will tap his chin for a moment and say, well, if you wish to go investigate Collage and go to the night market, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is that the tavern does close at a certain time, and the night market will be open far longer than that, so we'll have to find somewhere else to stay. But the good news is you all can rest in my home tonight, if you are okay with that.
Of course.
I was
That would
told
be
that
lovely.
one must wait until the second date.
Janara will give the biggest side eye ever.
Haraba will
Natter
blush.
also.
Haraba will blush for a moment, then chuckle and say, "You are very peculiar. Very funny, though. I like you."
Goodness.
Bagless will be confused
Alright.
and look at everyone. Did I say something?
Holly's
funny?"
confused.
No.
I don't know what you said.
No. That is quite alright, Bagless. I do believe that we'll bother Hen for some rations unless you fancy yourself a good cook, Haraba.
Oh, I can cook. I have food at my house.
Alright. Then I'll trust your cooking for tonight. That's and then he'll say like he'll chuckle slightly and be like, that is, you know, how I essentially, you know, vibe check people.
Oh,
How well they cook.
I better do good then.
You check what?
I check their vibes, Holly, you know, like their
Mhm.
aura.
What is that? What is
You know,
Oh my god.
some people have a third eye regarding people's, you know, they see another dimension of people and it's called a vibe, and that's what I do.
Yeah, I got a
check
third
that.
eye. It's the scope of my gun. What are you talking about?
I know what
What?
they're talking about. I believe
Goodness.
aura is like my paladin sense, where I can tell if someone's evil or not. So they'll tell if they're
Oh,
evil
I
by the way they
understand.
cook.
I thought. See,
Yes.
I thought. Not
Nadir, please
that.
share this information with me. If you find out they are evil, I will cut them down where they stand.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Yes,
Aye,
I will. And then he sort of like winks at Harava to like let him know that it's like I'm joking.
He has like a
No, 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 no,
terribly
no.
forced smile, very clearly nervous.
Uh, yes, goodness.
You have a
let's
pretty
let's
smile,
make our
Haraba.
way. Let's make our way now.
You all will gather yourselves, maybe eat, take a minute as night begins to fall, and you'll begin to make your way over to the night market. And that is where we will end the session for today.
Yay!
All right.
Hello.
Y'all are doing wonderful
Wow.
so far. I'm really enjoying how much you're getting into the investigation aspect of all this.
Yeah.
I'm having a wonderful
This feels
time.
like a very Murder on the Orient Express thing.
Yeah, it does feel like it.
Would you believe me if I
Like
told you I've
enclosed
never seen it?
environment.
We should watch it.
Or read it.
True,
Wink.
true.
Could.
But
There's
yes,
a couple Murder on the Orient Express.
thank you guys for coming and playing today. Thank everyone who came to watch. I'm loving this campaign so far. You're making good progress. I've been actually trying to figure out how long it's going to be because of how fast you guys have been going.
Draining people of information.
Well,
I didn't
guess
even
that
have
was
to use
obvious
zone of
move.
truth.
fast or slow.
I
we'll
also
have to
just feel
see.
like almost everybody in the directors had the part to do with it.
Yeah.
Dude.
They're worth investigating.
Haraba is so insanely suspicious, but I love him so much.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, please.
If Rama did it, like,
Please.
guys, I
Wonder-
think we just say Kabufu did it, and then we'd be on our way.
Oh my
Because, like,
god.
No.
do we have to actually get it right? You know?
Bagless
Like,
would
they-
not. Bagless would not lie. I will let you know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but I'll lie to
In the
Bagless.
river- what?
I'll
We kill
convince him
Bagless?
otherwise. Yeah, guys, I think we should just accuse Kabufu. I think Kabufu did it.
Yeah.
Day one, it's her. It's that person.
Oh man. All right, I'm